Sid breaks her sword and he's like, "Who are you calling mediocre?" But he calms down and he's like, "You're totally right. I am mediocre. But I've put in a lot of work to achieve my goals, and that's how I can tell that you've put in a lot of work as well. I like your swordplay because it's mediocre, like mine. Oh, look at that. I just so happened to hit your sword in just the exact spot for it to break in half. What a coincidence." After they talk, she decides to head home by herself. And he finally meets back up with his friends, and he calls this one a traitor because he was the one that told her about the whole dare thing. It's the next day, and the teacher tells Sid that the princess didn't make it home yesterday. They think it's a kidnapping, and he has to fake caring about her. And he's like, "How could that have happened? We were together until after school yesterday." "That's right. And that's why you're the main suspect." Not too long after, her sister shows up, and the teacher is like, "It's definitely Sid. But his swordplay is trash, so he definitely had accomplices." Sid's sister shows up to plead for him, and her name carries a little bit of weight in their world, so the princess is like, "Okay, we can at least hear her out." She says that he's too innocent to hurt anyone, and she heard that they've been torturing him for 5 days. And that's when she starts tweaking. She's like, "Listen, if anything happens to my brother," and then the teacher has to calm her down. He's like, "Whoa, you can't be saying that to a princess." At this point in the manga, it's unclear whether or not Beta broke him out of jail, but he's in the same room moving forward. And he's like, he could have broke out himself, but he's not really trying to stand out. "I don't know why you started going out with the princess, but you must have your reasons. We know that you carry a tremendous burden." There's no burden. She tells him that the knights plan to pin the kidnapping on him because some of them are part of the Diablos cult. And he's still thinking this is just a story they're going along with. Oh, they must want her blood to resurrect the demon. That means they need her alive. Impressive. I should have known you would have figured everything out. A plan has already been set in motion to attack all the cult bases in the capital. With that as a distraction, we'll use the time to save the princess. We attack tomorrow. Man, Alpha's getting pretty good at this ad-libbing stuff. Now tell me why when she leaves, he reaches into a trunk and starts setting up the room. Then the next day, Beta shows up and she's like, "Master Shadow, all the preparations are complete." Master Shadow? Huh? This guy set up the room just so he could have this moment. The lamp, the picture, the wine glass. The time is ripe. The shadows run the world tonight. Got her thinking he's some type of hotshot, something special. The wine, a single bottle costs as much as 900,000 zenny. The lamp, adorned with jewels. The painting, a priceless masterpiece. To be so somber despite having the power to amass all these top-class items, it must be because of the tremendous burden he carries. There's no burden. She tells him that on Alpha's orders, she gathered all the other Shadow Garden members, and they're 144 strong. He's like, "What? You hired extras?" Extras? Oh, nothing. Just talking to myself. Then we find out that yesterday he got a letter telling him where to meet if he wants to get the princess back. Now, obviously, he thinks it's just the kidnappers, like the actual kidnappers that kidnapped her and not the cult of Diablos. But, the story, so he's, keeping it in line with the story. So he tells her to stay out of it and he'll handle the rest. He shows up where it says to meet at, and he finds her shoe, and the knights try to frame him, the knights being the cult of Diablos, and they're also working for the teacher guy at the same time. They decide to kill him, but it's Sid, so, he does them dirty. One of the soldiers is like, "Come morning, your life will be forfeit." And she's in the bushes just fangirling over Sid, writing down notes for her chronicle of him. Perhaps, but it matters not. For when the dawn breaks, all of this will be over. The nocturne has begun. And that's the end of Volume 1.